As my frustration to get 1 million points in Donkey Kong increased, I decided to try another game and continue my goal of obtaining the Donkey Kong Triple Crown. What's the Donkey Kong Triple Crown, you ask? Well, it's a gaming feat that has only been accomplished by a few and will put your name in Donkey Kong gaming history. To achieve the Triple Crown, you must complete 3 objectives: Donkey Kong 1 million points, Donkey Kong Jr. 1 million points, and Donkey Kong 3 1 million points on difficulty 3, also known as the hard difficulty. In the Donkey Kong community, it's the Donkey Kong forum that retains high score lists that are recognized and considered official, not Twin Galaxies. Now, Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr. don't have difficulty settings, so there is only one high score list. But Donkey Kong 3 has difficulty settings, so that complicates things. With Donkey Kong 3, there are many high score categories from difficulty 1 to difficulty 4, and each difficulty has a marathon option and a 5-man option. With marathon, you get extra lives every 30,000 points until you reach 1 million points, then no more extra lives. With 5-man, you only get 5 lives total. Within the Donkey Kong community, the most common and respected difficulty to use is 3. And probably because if you want to achieve the Triple Crown of Donkey Kong, you need to be on difficulty 3, aka hard difficulty. You'll even notice difficulty 4, hardest, isn't even played that often, even by the best players in the world. Now, you may have noticed this RBS column with the Ys underneath it. What does that mean, you ask? Well, different from Donkey Kong and Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3 does not have a kill screen, but what it does have is what's called the repeating blue screen, and what happens as you get very deep into the game, the blue screen just keeps repeating over and over without switching to the other boards, yellow and gray. DK3 is usually set to easy or 1 difficulty by default. To change those settings, you would either change the dips on the PCB or go into MAME dip settings and adjust there. You'll notice bonus life at the first 30,000 and then additional lives every 30,000 more, up to 1 million points only. Then you'll see the difficulty setting below that. Notice how MAME has added the dip switch settings to change on the PCB in the MAME dip settings. Very cool to see that. Now for some tips and tricks and gameplay instruction. The game is easy. Simply spray Kong up to the top of the ropes as the instructions say, right? Wrong. Although the first boards may be easy to get Kong to the top, and using the super sprayer may be easy to get him to the top, as you progress through the game, it becomes evident it's almost impossible to get him to the top of the blue and gray boards without the super sprayer. And you only get the super sprayer opportunity when you die. So you just can't die and wait for the super sprayer. Oh yeah, and don't forget, you get a large bonus of 2,000 to 5,000 points for keeping all your plants at the bottom once the board is over, which means you don't want any of the bugs to take them. So what's the strategy then? Well, in order to complete the boards, you must kill all the insects that come out of the honeycombs until they are all gone. But you must do this while keeping Kong from coming all the way down and crashing on you. Oh yeah, and don't let the time run out on you. So kill all the bees and bugs and move on to the next screen. Simple, right? So here's some tips. First, know that you can only shoot 2 sprays at a time, which means one of the 2 sprays must dissipate before you can shoot another spray. You want to spray fast, but not too fast, because you don't want to be without a spray in the chamber. You'll understand more as you play it, trust me. Tip number 2. Each different bug flies in certain patterns. Learn them, and shoot slightly in front of where they are going to be, not where they are currently at, or you will miss them. Tip number 3. Make sure you utilize the super sprayer to its full potential by picking it up at the right time. The optimal time to use it is at the end of the yellow board, shooting up Kong quickly. Then the super sprayer will carry over to the blue board, and you can shoot Kong to the top of the blue board immediately with little risk. Now for the biggest tip, the caterpillars. As the caterpillars come down the vines on the sides, try to shoot them back up the vines so they don't get on the platform. When they are on the platform, the game is much harder. Know that the more times you shoot the caterpillars, the further back up the vines they will go. Also, if you freeze the caterpillars on the platform, the more times you shoot them, the longer they will stay frozen. Now, as you progress through the game, it becomes much harder. More caterpillars fill the vines and platforms, and new bugs come out, harder to kill. Kong also starts throwing repetitive honeycombs at you, which is ridiculously hard to avoid. So let's take a look at some gameplay later in the levels and my attempt to reach 1 million points.
Where's the people? Ooh, that's high pull controller. No, did somebody already buy a pull controller?
Woo!
Does anybody have 2 keys? Uncle Dad? Uncle Dad, you have 2 keys?
Jumping ahead to 979,000 points.
1 yellow board. If I would have got the bonus there. Great. That should do it. Let's see. 3,000, 2,500. Next board will do it. Oh, there it is. Lock it up, buddy. Let's. Yes.
And here we are on my last guy at about 1.2 million.
Oh. Oh, I got it though. Woo! All right, show you the dips.